Are we stealing the property? No. Are we getting a deal on the property? No. Are we getting a deal on the deal? Yes, because of the seller financing at 2% interest only. This morning, I got the paperwork back. The deal is a go. Melbourne, Florida, 12 two-story condos, garage, almost 1,300 square feet on average. Waterfront community. Not all of the units are on the waterfront. There's only 24 units. I'm buying 12 on the opposite side of the street where the water is.
Were the full 24 for sale or no?
They were a while ago, but the ones on the water have already been purchased. I'll control the HOA, which is good. They're newer build. The ones that I'm buying aren't actually completed yet. They're doing, interior finishes currently.
Nice.
$430 average purchase price, which for the area, from what I've seen thus far, is right in line with where the product should be. 2% interest only, up to 30 years, and it's assumable. So I can move that loan to who I sell it to, which is very advantageous. It's insane, actually. So no matter what really happens in the market in terms of rates, I'm fucking set.
Yeah.
Investors are set. The closing costs will be minimal because of it, hopefully. And I'm going to be heading down to Florida in the next few days, probably. Maybe next week. Maybe.
Yeah.
Very interesting deal. Very, very, very interesting deal. Right in a great location. Right next to, main arteries, perfect for rentals. It's also, what's really crazy too, is these are also zoned for short-term rentals, which I won't do, maybe on one or two, maybe just to test, but they're zoned for short-term rentals. The only reason why I would zone them for short-term rentals is because it's not stick framed, it's not built, it's not a wood structure, it's cement structure. So when you have, in Florida, you have, wild weather, sometimes high winds. When you're building close to water, it can't be wood structure. Yeah. So it's cement. Yeah. So having short-term rentals with cement construction or concrete construction might actually work, right? Because you're not going to have to deal with the same kind of sound and noise and stuff like that, penetration, which you would really see. It's 6-unit buildings connected. So two 6-unit buildings connected. So you're sharing a wall, right, with someone. You don't want that kind of scenario, right? Or you do like one full building short-term rental and then the other one long-term rental. Like there's a couple options there. And each unit, it's a condo association, and they're mortgaging each unit separately. So say for example, if the market ends up getting really hot and it's more valuable selling off the individual units versus what the units actually produce in terms of income, because obviously multifamily and commercial real estate is valued upon how much
the income it produces.
The income it produces. If it's more valuable on an individual basis, selling it to somebody that actually wants to live there or whatever the case is, then that's what I'll do. But it allows a third exit strategy versus, selling the property, refinancing the property, or selling off the units individually. So very unique, very interesting property.
If you sell them off individually, is the 2% still assumable for that individual buyer?
I would imagine, yeah.
That's also very interesting.
The loans are assumable. The loans are assumable. So, very interesting. So obviously there's a couple reasons why he's probably doing this.
Is it a senior community at all? Yeah.
No. Couple reasons why he's probably doing this. Number one, he probably would not he would not be able to get the purchase price that we are paying in the event it had to hit market. Now, how much more are we paying? I would argue that we're not, and I won't overpay. I'll pay market. That is it.
Yeah.
The reason why the seller financing is so attractive to me is because I need that in order to produce the returns that I need to sell the property to investors. It would still work from, an income from an income property perspective. If somebody was buying, an individual unit, especially if somebody was living in the unit, it's not out of the range of the market. It's in the range of the market where what things are selling for. I've seen comparables. I've done my own comparables.
1,300 square feet or so.
Yeah.
3 bed, 2 bath.
2 bed, 2 bath.
2 bed, 2 bath.
2 bed, 2.5 bath. Actually.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any beach close by or anything like that?
Beach is like 5 minutes away.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's a paddle. There's a, what do you call those things? Not a paddle board, but kayaking like dock launch. And then there's also like a boat dock right next door. So if you actually consider, like, take a look at this. So if you look at the cost divided by 1,300, you're at $330 a foot. Okay. And the finishes are nice in there. Around in Windsor, like, your minimum, like, I got quoted to build a garage.
Yeah.
Okay. A garage with living space above connected to my house. I don't have a garage connected to my house. I got quoted $350 a foot. And that's barely above building costs or builder grade.
Yeah.
So this is not out of the question in terms of, replacement cost to build. It's right in line with everything. Things that are selling on the market, it's right in line. Are we stealing the property? No. Are we getting a deal on the property? No. Are we getting a deal on the deal? Yes, because of the seller financing at 2% interest only. That's where the deal is. And the deal could lie with the financing, especially if it's long term. If this was 2% interest only, 1 year, 2 years, I wouldn't do it.
Right.
The fact that this is 2% interest only, 30 years, if I want it to be, and there's no prepayment penalty, that's fucking enormous. That's huge. I could pay that loan out anytime I want.
Yeah.
I could pay the loan out anytime I want, and I can move the property, and I can move the note to whoever I want, whenever I want.
Yeah.
So long as the new buyer is approved by obviously the sellers that are holding the note. So pretty wild deal. I'm excited to go down there, check it out. I'm excited for the area. I actually am somewhat familiar of the area. I was going to do a deal for a construction deal back in the day. Remember that? About a year or so ago.
Yep.
Building 48 townhomes in kind of the area. It was in, where the fuck was that? It was like Merritt Island.
Yeah.
So this is Melbourne, Florida. So
how close is it to the airport?
Orlando.
Is that the closest airport?
Closest international large airport. Yeah. There's an airport. I can't, like the Melbourne airport, which I don't think has like direct flights from everywhere to that, but it's probably about 45 minutes to an hour away from Orlando, which is probably where I would imagine maybe where we fly into.
So it's on the west coast of Florida or the east coast?
No, East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might even fly into maybe Fort Lauderdale, kind of in between, maybe a little bit closer to.
Oh, I was thinking of Tampa. I don't know. I was thinking of Tampa.
I don't know.
Orlando. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to check out our North Miami beach, Bayview Palms deal there with all of the renovations going on there and everything, and just to see, to have them realize that I'm checking in or whatever. I like
take
to
lots of pictures and videos.
Yeah.
That's good content.
Yeah, for sure. But really interesting video, or a really interesting deal here, and I'm excited to see how it's going to pan out. I'm hoping there's no surprises. Really, the only thing that I can see being a surprise is, again, I'm decently familiar with the area. I've talked to local agents in the area that I know that are very impressed with the area. They like the area and think it's a great area, especially for rentals. The only thing that I'm weary about is if I go down there and the comps that I was especially sent and the comps that I was pulling don't exactly align with the price point that I'm paying on this property. That's the only thing that I can see blowing this deal up. Other than that, it's a go. So I'm going to see. I don't think it is. I haven't seen anything that would point me in the direction that this is not out of line with the market. Again, I don't think we're getting a steal here. I think we're paying market value for the properties, but it's the financing that makes this deal very attractive. Done.
Sweet.
That's it.